Francesco's Debt of Honor, Drama in Everyday Life, William F. McDermott. The 17th of February, 1915, was just another day at the Western Savings Bank in Chicago. That is, until 1:20 p.m., the cashier of the bank, a small storefront building in the Italian section, was at lunch. Alone in the place was Francesco Roti, former warder for a railroad construction gang, and later a butcher who had founded the bank. 3 men entered. 2 of them pushed guns into Roti's neck, marched him to a washroom and locked him up. The other robber scooped up all the cash he could find, and the gang made a lightning getaway. Compared with many other bank robberies, the loss was small, $2,200. But the robbery touched off a dramatic saga of honor that lasted 31 years. The Western Savings Bank was an institution peculiar to the foreign colonies and American cities in the early part of the century. Loneliness held the great masses of immigrants together, and poverty kept them down. Their dream, as they slaved long hours, was to save as much as possible for a down payment on a home. They hid their hoards in mattresses of cupboards or trusted them to a fellow countryman for safekeeping. He, in turn, usually started a small private bank to handle the funds. Roti experienced the same economic difficulties before winning success as his neighbors who worked in the steel mills and factories, and he knew the value of an earned dollar. He could not take collierly the events that followed. On the heels of the police who investigated the robbery came reporters and photographers. Before long, newsboys were shouting extras. Panicky depositors started a run on the bank. Police suggested closing. "That would only make matters worse," Roti said. "We'd lose their confidence." He knew the bank was sound, the loss covered by insurance, so he and his cashier began paying off. At closing time, Roti climbed on a chair and assured the crowd that the bank would stay open until the last customer was served. The next morning, Western Savings opened as usual, but its wound was mortal. Insurance could replace the stolen money, but it couldn't stem the people's unrest. Roti liquidated all the assets he could, turned in his own last dollar, even borrowed from relatives in a desperate effort to stop the run. Then came liquidation of the bank and forced bankruptcy for Roti. When all was over, 250 depositors had lost $18,000. The 3-minute robbery had cost Roti his business, his home, his savings, and practically all his possessions. He was left with a wife and 5 children, no job, a few pieces of furniture, and $12. A mover took the cash and his best rug for transferring his remaining household goods to a small, dingy basement flat, donated temporarily by a friend.